What's going on, everyone? Alex Hart here with iHeart Sports. This is for the Thursday, May 13th baseball games. We had 12 games last night. Nothing too crazy going on. I think the biggest story that I saw this morning, Albert Pujols cleared waivers. So now he's a free agent, which I guess is kind of what was expected, but yeah, that seems to be the biggest news around the league, at least on the MLB.com, and kind of being pushed on that. Other things in there, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. Otherwise, just doing the typical thing on this, what is it, Friday morning now? 12 games, review them quickly. Let me know what you guys saw last night in the games that you watched, because like I always say, I can't watch them all. It's impossible. I can't watch every out, etc., etc. Please go down there, like, subscribe. We do this live, so we're just going to rip through it. Blue Jays 8, Braves 4, and again, the Braves blow this game. Jays had another come from behind victory. That's 3 in a row against the Braves. They had it like that. Braves were up they're up 2-0, and then they were up 4-3, and Toronto tied it up in the 8th, and then in the 9th they just poured it on, and it was game over from there on out. Couple multi-hit games for the Blue Jays, top of the lineup, Semien, Bichette, Hernandez, Biggio, all with multi-hit games. No home runs for them, though, which is kind of surprising given the 8 runs. Acuna Jr. does hit his 12th of the season, and Dansby Swanson hits his 5th of the season for the Braves, but it's not enough. Acuna Jr. now leading the leagues all by himself with 12. Big story here, too, as well, is Ross Stripling. Best outing of the season for the Jays. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. It's a good sign because that seems to be the Jays' biggest downside is their starter depth. So if they can get some quality 5-inning starts from Stripling or whoever they put in this role, then that's very good. They bring in their bullpen. They close the door after that. Although Mize did get the blown save. Charlie Morton, 4.2, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks, no decision. And the Braves bring in their bullpen. The bullpen's been very struggling this year so far. So Braves lose, and Braves now 17-20 after losing 3 in a row to the Blue Jays here. Nationals 5, Phillies 1. So the Nationals trying to avoid the sweep on this given day. They get 4 runs in the first, and then just tack on 1 in the 6th, and that's really enough. Patrick Corbin. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 Ks. He was cruising. His best start of the season. And then Jack Eflin on the other side, 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. 9 Ks, but earned runs and all that, not good enough. He goes to 2-2 in the season. One of his poor starts for him. No home runs for the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber hits his 4th, and then Josh Bell hits his 4th as well. Both those home runs coming in that first inning where the Nationals really put up a bunch of runs. 2 2-run shots. And that's all she wrote, really, for the Phillies in this one. Next up, we have the Tigers 4, Royals 3. And this is becoming an interesting debate now for me about the power rankings, because the Tigers, I think, pull off the sweep here. Royals have now lost 10 in a row. I'm now confused if it's now up to 11. It might even be 11. Sorry if I got that wrong. But the Royals are on a terrible, terrible skid. They were losing 4-1 going in the 9th, and they got close. Put up 2, but eventually Fulmer does close the door on this one. There's no home runs in this game, so it's all just generated offense. That 1 4-run inning for the Tigers was enough to bolster them over. Lynch goes 2.2, 3 earned runs. And that's it for them. And interesting, this is so weird. They bring in Bubic for the 5 innings at the end here. I guess they're just kind of throwing everything at the wall at this point and seeing what sticks. Turnbull goes 6.1, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. He gets his win. He's 2-2 on the season. Turnbull and between Turnbull and Boyd, the Tigers are getting 2 decent starters, and really even like you throw Casey Miz in there, you throw a couple of their starters, like that's definitely not their problem. But yeah, that's it for them. And again, kind of like the first game I was talking about, a bunch of guys with multi-hit games for the Tigers, and the Tigers are on a roll. Watch for them to move up the power rankings from last place, right? Next up, we have Cardinals 2, Brewers 0, and this series has been a pitching battle. Not a whole lot of offense going on in this series, and so the Cardinals crews get 1 run in the first, 1 run in the 9th. And then they managed to shut the door on the Brewers, who had 5 hits in this game. Cardinals had 8 hits, 26 left on base, so that was pretty high. But Brewers also had 19 left on base. Pretty interesting. Jack Flaherty, 7-0 on the season. I gotta admit, that's come out of shock. I didn't realize he was 6-0, 5-0. So he's definitely leading the majors right now in wins. I don't think we have another 7-0 or 7-win pitcher right now. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks. And then they bring in their bullpen and they close the door. Alex Reyes up to 11 saves. Corbin Burns on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 Ks in the loss. Can you believe this guy is 2-3 with a 1.57 ERA? Reminds me of the Doc Halladay days of the Blue Jays. Just lights out, but can't get the wins. But yeah, Brewers fall short in this one. I think this series has shown us that right now that the Cardinals are definitely the team to beat in the Central. With the Brewers, they're nipping at their heels, but they have some work to do. Brings us to White Sox 4, Twins 2, and the White Sox out 2-0, and then the Twins tried, and they just couldn't. I think this results in a sweep as well for the White Sox. The White Sox are rolling. The Twins are opposite of rolling. When Kepler hit his 3rd home run of the season, Tim Anderson hits his 5th, and then Jake Lamb, his 1st of the season, coming as he plays first base in this game. I assume that's Jake Lamb. I just don't see him anymore. So it's sometimes these guys, they sneak in with new names, right? But yeah, White Sox roll this one. Lance Lynn, 5 innings pitched, 0 earned run, 9 Ks. He deals 111 pitches, so they're going back to what Lance Lynn does best, over 100 pitches. Pineda on the other side, 5.1, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. Decent start, just no offensive support. 4-2 win. And if you don't only score 2 runs against the White Sox, you're very, very likely going to lose. Next up, Giants 3, Pirates 1, and the Giants continuing to roll here with a nice win over the lowly Pirates. 3-run inning in the 5th is all it takes, and we know how the pitching has been in San Francisco so far this season, and it's been lights out. 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 5 Ks for DeSclafani, 2.14 ERA, and then the bullpen gets the job done with only 1 earned run along the way, and Rogers comes in, 3rd save of the season. Crow on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, sorry. Decent start. Like, Crow did all right. But not enough. Dugar hits his 1st home run of the season for the Giants. And then a guy named Craig hits his 1st for the Pirates. Don't know a lot about these Pirates. They're starting to pick up players that I haven't heard of. Craig, for instance, a prime example. I haven't really seen him in action. So if you're a Pirates fan out there, fill us in on some of these new guys as they start playing. It'd be great to get some updates on that. Next up, Red Sox 8, Athletics 1. And the Red Sox came out firing in this game. After losing 3 in a row, they needed a nice bounce back, and they found it. 7 runs in the first 3 innings. They were up 7-0. They didn't look back. The Athletics only put up 1, and it was late, and it was too late for them. Home runs, Bogaerts. It's his 8th of the season in the first inning off Manea. Dalbec also off Manea hits his 3rd of the season, and then none for the Athletics. We had a couple guys on here that had 3 hit nights for them, Bogaerts and JD Martinez, both core of this lineup, batting almost 350, both these guys. And if you have 2 guys right in the center, you're always going to be right in the hunt, so that's good to see for them. Garrett Richards went 6, 0 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Very good start for Richards. Manea on the other side otherwise. 7 earned runs over 2. One of Manea's rougher starts since that first start of the season. So he might be brought back down to earth. And the A's can't complain too much because they've had a lot of baseball luck when it comes to their starters and their bullpen. And so this is kind of just status quo, if you ask me. Red Sox needed a big breakout game, and the Athletics needed a game that really brought them back down to earth. So it makes sense that this kind of result happened. It'll be interesting how both these teams play over the weekend, because this is a pivotal game in that series, although the A's still won it, right? Rays 9 and Yankees 1 is kind of that same story as that last game, really. Rays had been leading up haven't won yet in the series, and then come out firing and big, and they're up big, and they score lots of runs, and they kind of just turn the table saying, all right, we might have lost the series, but we still have life. We still have life. And they win 9-1. So home runs, Austin Meadows, his 8th of the season. Randy Arozarena, his 4th of the season. And the Yankees fell short with no home runs in this game. A couple guys on this team with multi-hit nights. Meadows with 3, Diaz with 2. And yeah, they kept the Yankees to 5 hits overall. Rich Hill, 6.2, 0 earned runs, 9 Ks. He's started to really turn it around, it seems like. He's had a couple games now after kind of a rough start where he's looked pretty good. His ERA is down to 4.26, which is, it's respectable. Like, it's going to keep you in the majors at around 4, right? So if you get a start like that from Rich Hill, you close the door with that offense. It's a good showing for the Rays. Not reading too much into it, though. Astros 4, Rangers 3, and this one came down to a fun play right at the end in that 11th inning where Miles Straw is on. He's on third, and there's 2 out, and there's a wild pitch, and he steals home, basically. Like, it doesn't steal it, right? It's a wild pitch, but he runs home, and it's tight. But Miles Straw, we all know, he's super fast. He gets in there. Home runs, Calhoun for the Rangers hits his 4th, and none for the Astros. So this game was tight, 3-3 in the third, and it was fun. There was a bunch of runs early in this game. Houston had that 3-run inning, whereas Texas put up 1 each inning, and then they went to extras. Houston's continuing to roll, though. They're on a little bit of a streak since they've got their roster back together. They're only going to get better as their starters and pitching starts coming back, too. 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks for Javier, and Fulte, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks for him. Quality start. Texas continues to just battle every night. It doesn't matter who they play; they're there to play, and they got to respect how the Rangers have been this season very much. Next up, we got I'm having 13 for the Rockies, Reds 8, and the Reds have been Jekyll and Hyde and mysterious this whole series. And the Rockies, they can't firing today. They're just like 13 runs. They're up 10-0 going into the 8th. And believe it or not, the Reds had a shot at this game. They scored 8 runs in the top of the 8th here and brought it to 10-8. The Rockies put that to bed real quick with 3 runs of their own in the bottom. We had Stevenson hitting his 2nd home run. India hitting his 2nd home run for the... almost called them the Bengals, for the Reds. And then for the Rockies, we had Fontes, his 4th, Hampson, his 4th. So just a couple of guys, just people that aren't home run hitters, just hitting home runs in this game. Yeah, it's in Colorado. Anyone. So I guess that makes a lot of sense why the score is what it is. You haven't seen a lot of Colorado-like scores this season. Maybe it has a lot to do with how the Rockies are as a whole. Castillo, 3.1 or 3.2 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, 3 Ks. I hate watching Luis Castillo so far this season. Like, wow, just watching his box score game after game. I don't know. Is something wrong with him? Like, what's going on with the Reds? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. 7.71 ERA. At what point do you, like, start to worry that something's up with this man? Keep putting him in a position to lose. It's that first inning. He gave up 3 again. Like, he just can't have good first innings. Gonzalez on the other side, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. And then they bring in that bullpen, and they gave up 8 in that 1 inning. So that's interesting. But Rockies, they squeezed it out with the win. And that is that. Marlins 5, Diamondbacks 1. Marlins, love it. Rogers, let's go down to him. He's the story. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. This guy's 1.84 ERA. Trevor Rogers is rolling this season so far. Been an exciting little guy to watch and watch him have a good season for the Marlins. And the Marlins, they're not out of this. This division is wide open at this point. With the Mets on that big winning streak, yes, but let's not hold them to it. They're struggling at certain points too, right? 6.1, 300 runs, 4 Ks for M. Kelly. And it's not enough. We have any home runs in this one? No. Just a bunch of offense. Marlins. And they were tied 1-1 in the 5th. And then the Marlins broke out after that once M. Kelly tried to go through the 6th, and he did, and then it tried to push him out for the 7th, and he started that 7th 3-run rally there. They pulled him out, and that was it for him. Marlins win. Basically the same record. This was a tight battled series. I do believe the Marlins take this one. Indians 4, Mariners 2, and everyone had their eyes on this game because of Mr. Kellenich's debut. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout, so no surprise. Cleveland's pitcher Plesac, 8 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks. For a little while, he was going strong with a no-no. On the other side, Gilbert, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. So give it, Indians get 8 innings out of their starters and then get a lead. That's probably a good game right there. Pharrell Reese hits his 9th home run of the season. Jose Ramirez hits his 11th of the season, both of them coming early in this game. D. Moore on the other side hits his 4th of the season, and this is the Indians. The Indians are rolling. They're going strong right now, and I must say, not to toot my own horn or anything, the power rankings, this is from Sunday, right? So I don't update the board throughout the week, but they are being updated day by day, just not for you guys to see. Sometimes you'll see little switches, just because I'm walking by, I'm like, I gotta switch it, it's bugging me. But power rankings, if you take a look at those top 7 teams from Sunday, they're basically all swept or on huge winning streaks. So I like to toot my own horn on that power rankings call for sure. But thanks for guys watching. This is Wake Up with Baseball with me, Alex Hart, from iHeart Sports. And we do this every morning. We go through the games. I'm hoping to see some more feedback from fans from across the league. Let me know what their teams are doing, what I'm missing, all that stuff, because I love the sport, I love the teams, I love the game. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys for the next video.